that, there's approximately 1,300, 1,500 crores pent up, which you guys spend for Jain empowerment, Jain welfare. And tell me about JITO.
Three pillars of JITO is Seva, knowledge and economic empowerment. Today, we are proud in this, we started this around 10 years back. In these 10 years, we have around 500 officers being placed in states, 400 officers being at central. So
Wow. Tell me now, 2007 you said JITO started. Now you are saying that in the last 18 years you have around 1,500 crores. How do you get that kind of money?
You know about Jain entrepreneurs across India, big business house are all Jains, like Adani Group, Gautam Adani is a Jain, Times of India, Hindu Jain is a Jain, and Hindustan Construction Company is a Jain. Motilal Oswal, it's a big group, more than $2 billion organization.
So tell me, see, this is a question which I always have. What makes Marwaris a better business?
Business ethics, which has been running in our blood from past many generations, and the marriages also happens inside the society, inside your hometown only.
Right.
Now, if you do something wrong, that fear of your family's name getting bad, that fear, everyone is doing right, everyone doing correct.
How do you come out of it and start building to almost 1,600 crores? And
Success, I don't think it's success is actually not a destination, it's a journey. All the entrepreneurs, all the business and all the young entrepreneurs to think that, okay, I have achieved this and this will be a success. Today, I don't think Ambani is also a successful person, right? Still, he has much more things to do in the life. The success is how much knowledge you have.
success is a journey, not a destination. Wow. அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் உங்கள் சாம் பால். எங்களுடைய ப்ரோவோக் டிவி, ப்ரோவோக் மேகசின் மற்றும் ப்ரோவோக் ரேடியோவில் நாங்கள் மெயினாக என்ன ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறோம்னா, we want to encourage young entrepreneurs, young people to think differently, come out of the mind shell. And this is what I've been doing. I've been doing some podcasts to encourage people to achieve more and to show that this journey of life is not easy. And as my now guest is going to say, success is a journey, not a destination. So, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு fantastic guest I have today, one Mr. Rajesh Chandan. So, he was the head of JITO, which is a big organization with 1,500 crores. His own India Shoppe is doing around 1,600 crores turnover. I met him in a function recently and I said I should interview you. He was full of ideas, full of learning. He says he learns every day, right from the shower in the morning, right till the night. So we're going to interview him today. So there's going to be a lot of learning for you guys. Please follow this and subscribe to, of course, Provoke TV and Provoke Lifestyle magazines. Very good morning, Mr. Rajesh. How are you? How's your day today?
Good morning, Sam. I'm really delighted.
Thank you, first of all, for coming to our Provoke podcast and doing a podcast with me. I think it's such a pleasure to have you here. I know you're the JITO chairman right now. You're also the JITO chairman for ex-chairman for this JP
Right now,
Apex.
I am the chairman for JITO Chennai chapter.
Right.
Previously, I was at the national level, JITO Business Network.
Right.
I was national chairman for that.
So tell me about JITO, because I'm very fascinated. I see, because we are basically Tamils and we always talk about how to grow your community and how to encourage community members to achieve more and come bigger in life. And I met a very good friend of mine and he said he's part of JITO and he was telling me that, there's approximately 1,300, 1,500 crores pent up, which you guys spend for Jain empowerment, Jain welfare. And tell me about JITO.
So JITO was an organization which started around 2007, 2008.
Just now.
Yeah, 2007, 2008. It's been 15 years. And the minds behind that, they had a clear vision
Right.
that we Jains should not be left out, right? We are very few, okay? But we are good business entrepreneurs. So
Right.
we wanted to start a trade organization. So it's called Jain International Trade Organization.
Right.
So across the world, whoever Jains are there,
Right.
we make them members and we make sure that they get some. So three pillars of JITO is Seva, knowledge and economic empowerment.
Right.
The economic empowerment is very much focused towards making them economically empowered at every stage. So we've been having a lot of verticals in this JITO. One is CFE, that's for knowledge. One is JBN, that's for business empowerment. And we have Shraman Arogyam, where all our saints are being served, such that saintism also goes for years to come.
Right.
And then we have JTF. We encourage our own people to become more officers, IAS.
That's what I
IPS,
heard,
all
because he
those.
was telling me that we are completely funding a little backward community and economically weaker Jains
Yeah.
to come up with, become IAS, IPS officers. I
Yes.
think crack the UPSC exam. I think think all training is provided free.
Yeah, so we have hostels. We have around 8 hostels across India today, including Kota, where the manufacturing of IAS, IPS officers generally happen. So what we do is, if you're a Jain,
Manufacturing.
we can say that's what India is terming. Kota is a manufacturing for all these IPS and other educations. So what we do is, if you are of a smaller background with a Jain community, we help you, we mentor you. All our scholars who already become officers, they come and they train you. And fortunately, we have a success ratio of more than 25%.
Wow.
So, number of people who study over here, more than 25% get success. And
so you have in Chennai, you have a training academy here?
Yeah, we have just in Barnaby Road, we have it.
Is it?
And today, we are proud in this. We started this around 10 years back. In this 10 years, we have around 500 officers being placed in states, 400 officers being at central. So that's the success rate that we have got. So what we are doing is, our bit is to help them free of charge hostels, free of charge education, to stay there, food and everything. And then we give mentorship also. And we think that's what is actually, it's not only about money, it's the mentorship that they get. That's why they scale up to a larger level.
Tell me now, 2007 you said JITO started. Now you are saying that in the last 18 years you have around 1,500 crores. How do you get that kind of money? I mean, it's only through internal funding, or was there any government?
No. These are all sponsors. You know about Jain entrepreneurs across India. Big business house are all Jains, like Adani Group. Gautam Adani is a Jain. Times of India, Indu Jain is a Jain. And Hindustan Construction Company is a Jain. Ratnamani, Lifecell, a lot of companies I can count on. Motilal Oswal, it's a big group, more than $2 billion organization. They are Jains. Now what happens is, like, this JITO is a membership type of thing. People pay 2 lakhs or 15 lakhs and they become a member. This is the corpus that builds up, and from this corpus, we take interest and we spend 50% of the interest towards the JITO perspectives, and rest is being built up. The money
in the corpus
like
is
that.
getting built up.
And then these monies are used wherever we want to uplift people. So economic empowerment, which I spoke about, there we use this money to make sure. So if you are a Jain businessman, already the money runs in your blood. Entrepreneurship always runs in your blood. But through this JITO organization, we make sure that you network with the biggest groups of India. We make sure that you get connections everywhere and you do more and more businesses. So generally,
tell me about the Seva part of.
Yeah.
Sorry, tell me about the Seva part of that. You said Seva, and
Seva
knowledge.
is like society help, right? So in times of COVID or in times of any calamities, we help. We don't think about it should be only for Jains. It's Jain or non-Jain, anywhere. Across all communities, we are open. We help them everywhere, anywhere across the world. Any type of calamity, we are the first to reach there, and we make sure that humanity be there. Right? During COVID, we had oxygen concentrators, we have oxygen vans. We made across India medicines free, food free, everything free, such that people don't face. So not only COVID is one just instance, but there are a lot of other national calamities like cyclones and other things which comes on and off in India without any brand name. We help them. These money which we have collected, the 1,300 crores, those money mostly goes into those type of activities. It's not just temples or other things that we put in, but we make sure that below the poverty line, lot of people are there still in India, irrespective of caste. We make sure we help them in the best way to come up in life. We have various training like small tailoring and small scale businesses also. There are a lot of people. We make sure that we train them, they uplift, they come bigger in this world.
Because see, my first experience with Jains, because when we were young, with Jains, usually we don't know much about Jainism in Tamil Nadu actually, but we know a lot about Marwaris because we are taught they are very tough businessmen, very tough financiers. And my first experience was in 96 when I joined college actually. I studied in Jain Engineering College and M&M Jain Engineering College, where Harish Mehta, I'm sure you know him.
Yeah.
A very nice gentleman. He gave me a seat immediately. He never took any donation or anything like that. And they're the kindest of human beings. In fact, one of my best friends is Vaibhav Kavadia. He is this Ashok Electrical.
Correct.
So very kind human beings, very giving, and in fact, I stayed with them for almost 3 months. The food is excellent. Of course, the non-veg is missing, but but the lovely fulkas, and I mean, they're very good people to actually know. And actually, the truth is, that they tell me a lot of times, you never should cheat another human being. Very tough businessman. So tell me, see, this is a question which I always have, and we have a lot of Tamil organizations also, and we talk about what makes Marwaris a better business group. I won't say better business. See, generally, if you look at Marwaris, very straightforward, very hardworking, very. What makes them? What gives them the edge rather than?
Yeah, that's what. See, I will define from you saying they are tough. They are not tough actually. There are certain business principles that you have to follow, irrespective of being a Jain. Business itself has ethics, right?
Fantastic.
So we follow that business ethics in the best way, integrity. Why we are success? Because I know when you talk about finances, on paper, just in a paper, they write and they give you crores of rupees of money to support your business. Not even documents, not even check or anything. Because they know the entrepreneurial journey that you're going, that you will be doing. They understand, they have that confidence and they have the trust that, okay, this will really reap me more rewards. That's why we are also one of the largest venture capitalists in India today. Most of the venture capitalists in India will be Jains and Marwaris who understand business.
So you look at the long-term goal rather than the short-term goal.
Yeah, that's what it's going to help, right? That is why it's the business acumen and then the society. We have all type of network. Whatever want to buy, there's one Jain guy who will be able to support you by giving that product to you and giving the credit to you. And all this type of support system makes a Jain business entrepreneur to a different level, which I think other communities also have started following it.
Right.
And that is why we are losing market at various places. Gold business was one of our
So
primate.
you have to share your money right now with other people.
Yeah, so they have learnt our ethics and they are following it. It's okay. It's good for the Indian economy and
Right.
India is flourishing, nothing bad for that. So that business ethics which has been running in our blood from past many generations, we were always been in business
It's
rather
going to other
than
people also
service.
now.
Yeah, slowly everyone is
But tell me about
adopting
the
that.
support system. You were telling me about the support system of other Jain communities. To like you telling me that one businessman is accessible to another. You help each other out.
The support system is like many times we also fear that societal impact is there. Societal impact means generally when you want to marry, still arranged marriage is prevailing in Jainism. Okay.
Right.
And the marriages also happens inside the society, inside your hometown only.
Right.
Now, if you do something wrong, that fear of your family's name getting bad.
Right.
Okay, that fear makes them, okay, I should not do anything bad. I should
Wow.
not
Okay.
cheat anyone.
It's a
Anything
very
like
small
that.
community and a very linked
Yes.
community.
Yes. So that is the social bonding which we have.
Right.
For that fear, everyone is doing right, everyone doing correct.
Right.
Very few people will be doing hanky-panky things, but everyone else is following that system. That bonding is that Indian culture, right? That Indian culture of
Right.
having relationship, saying the truth and only following the truth. If you say something wrong, then it will impact the whole family. You will not get credit. You will not get money if your name is being spoiled. Today, divorces and all other things is also a fear factor. It's very few.
Right.
Why fear factor? If I do something wrong, then it will impact my name, my brand name. So
Right.
I always believe building a brand name is very difficult.
tough, very
Damaging is very easy.
Yes,
right?
very true.
But you don't know the
Your
consequences.
bad name
which-
spreads faster, but good name is very tough to
Yes,
spread.
you don't know the consequences which your bad brand name will get you.
Right.
Right? So if you are having a good brand name, people are ready to support you financially also and through always various other businesses also.
Right.
They will give you more opportunities also. If I am a brand manufacturing some LED lights, okay? Now I want to have distributors. We make sure we see through that reliable people only get those type of distributorship.
Right.
That reliability, how you come to know? Because of the family background. We
Right.
check, okay, this guy is wanting, how is his family background? Have they ever cheated anyone? Have they ever done any hanky-panky thing, any wrongdoing? No,
Right.
they have not done. And we can verify them through the known sources,
Network,
known
yes.
circles and other
Yes,
things.
yes.
And then we give them the business. So they also scale up. Along with
True,
this, we also
true.
scale up. That's the...
So you build a good aura and build a good name. That is very
Correct.
important. A very stable name and consistent name.
Correct.
So Rajesh, you were telling me, we were discussing this earlier, and you were telling me about how your dad came to Chennai with almost nothing with 1975. Correct if I'm right.
Correct.
So he came. I think he was one of the
Finance,
financiers,
two-wheeler finance.
two-wheeler financier, and he came in 1975. So from there, Wow. Tell me a little bit about your family and how did you scale up to where you are right now to almost 1,600 crores?
So we are four brothers. I am
Right.
third of them, and my birth was around 76. And
So, but you were
my
born in Chennai.
education, yeah, I was
You're
born.
Tamilian, then you can't call yourself a Jain or
I recently went to Mauritius. There are a lot of UP Bihari guys,
yeah, okay.
right? So we call them Indians, right?
Correct.
UP Bihari. They said
Correct.
that my great grandfather
Right.
came as a laborer from British. I've never seen India map itself, but still we call them
But
as
we are there
Indians,
across
right?
everywhere. That's all.
So
We're
still we
Indian.
call them as Indians. So okay, I am Marwari or no, but I know Tamil very well. I can read, write.
Wow,
I can
okay.
recite poetry. I can recite Tiruvalluvar.
Tamil is the oldest language in the world.
Huh?
Tamil is the oldest language in the world.
Yes. And we are proud of that, and we are proudly, it's like our karma bhumi, we can say, right? So we've been born, brought up, and we've been doing business over here from very India. So we honor all the Tamil literatures and Tamil culture, and we've been following Tamil culture, even Pongal and other festivals, Thaipusam, everything we also
So
celebrate
sweet
at
of you.
our home. And
Tell me about
so,
your family, Rajan.
So,
4 brothers, you were saying.
we have I have 3 brothers, and then I am the third. So we are totally 4 brothers, and born and brought up. Did my schooling here in Triplicane in big state. There's a CBSE school. After my schooling, I could not do college because of my family circumstances. So my family business was stainless steel raw material, which my brother started.
Tejas Metal. You were telling me about Tejas Metal.
Tejas
Yeah.
Metal, which my brother started, and then I was bound to stop my education and go to Bombay, and then from there send the material over here. 5 years I worked under someone. I used to drive the cart. I used to cut the plates, and
So you started the hard way. You were hands on.
Yeah. And I feel proud that today whatever is there because of that learning exercise. Which,
Very good.
I had.
The discipline
And
comes out of that.
yes, so I recently met one diamond merchant. You may be knowing Govind Bhai Dholakia is the big diamond merchant out of Surat. They are the ones who give number of thousands of cars to their. So it's a very big rich family. But today also they follow a principle that one of their child, when immediately after college they send to one remote area with 500 rupees, he has to survive for 1.5 months over there. Which means he will go through hardships, and then after going through hardships, then he comes to the seat, he becomes successful. So I have also gone through lot of hardships.
So without that, you cannot grow at all in life.
Yes. That is there in my society, in today's our society. We send our children to go through the hardships, and that's why from the base level they learn, and they slowly become successful. Because if you don't have an understanding of how to do one billing also, you just can't go and sit in a chair.
So the training is there. The training is the base training is there.
So I got trained for 5 years, then I got married, and we started a software business for 10 years. I ran that business. Then I started this IndiaShoppe.com, which is actually an e-commerce website selling Ayurvedic products and other things.
So Rajesh, the thing is, you were talking about your business, India Shoppe, and you told me how you started in 2011 after a failed attempt in an IT company, and
Correct.
I've done my IT company failure also. So how do you come out of it and start building to almost 1,600 crores? And the most inspiring thing is not the money, it's always about the number of employment. So you employ around 250 to 10,000 people directly, around 1 lakh people get jobs otherwise. You made a businessman out of a lot of people. So what makes you grounded in times of success also during this success?
So Sam, success, I don't think it's success is actually not a destination, it's a journey, right? If you think of a banyan tree, though it may look big, right, the roots only is going to, if once the roots grow in a bigger level, that's how it becomes stronger and stronger. So I don't think that I am successful person today, even if I am doing 1,600 crores of sales, even if it's just 15 years, but I think still much more larger picture is there.
Wow.
I want all of them, all the entrepreneurs, all the business and all the young entrepreneurs to think that, okay, I have achieved this and this will be a success. Today, I don't think Ambani is also a successful person, right? Still, he has much more things to do in the life. The success is how much knowledge you have.
Wow.
Today, even during the shower which I was having in the morning, I do listen to podcasts. I still want to learn more and more on things.
Right.
Why learning is so that I can make people also to learn. I can also teach to people more and more things. How much knowledge which you have with you, that's the main success, and not just because of the business or the level of business that you're doing. The success comes with how much knowledge which you have. So going through all these years, I have learned only one thing, that how much knowledge you have, that only is the success part which you have with you.
Wow, such a dialogue. That is, success is a destination, not a the success is a journey, not a
destination, it's a
destination.
journey.
Wow,
Yeah.
so beautiful. I mean, that's a tagline actually of this entire. Success is a journey, not a destination. Wow.
Correct.
But see, even I keep growing. You know, we scale up every year, and we want to expand. You know, and we sometimes respect comes out of money, whether we like it or not. And this success, whatever we achieve every year, that respect is coming out of it.
Correct.
And how do you balance this? Because there is urge to grow, right? And there's also an urge to be patient about the entire thing and be wise and consolidate and then grow. How do you balance the entire patience with execution?
See, I told you success is just a journey and not a destination. How you will have to balance is because, like, when you grow more and more, you become an example to your employees,
Right,
to your customers,
right,
to a lot of family members of yours. So overnight success like a Zepto or something like that is very fortunate people only are going to get.
No, but
right?
I keep
When you
talking about it. When you go overnight up, overnight down, also is possible.
We never know.
We never know.
We,
yeah,
we never
don't
know.
want them to go down, but it's always
Yes.
up. One day up, one day down. That's
Right.
so.
But Amazon story, if you see, Amazon, it took them 21 years to get the first profit in their books. At the end of the 5th year, the investor would have told them, stop it, it's not going to. But they had that patience. They showed them, one day we will rule. Apart from Amazon, there won't be any other thing which people will be preferring to buy. They consistently move. That's the patience which you should have in your business. Consistently believe in what you are doing.
Right.
If you believe in what you are doing, you have a vision of 10 years, 15 years, you should have a goal, right? And if you set a goal, when you try to achieve that goal, when you continuously follow that passion of getting to that success point, what you are thinking right now over here, then only you will be. So you should have that patience. Unless and until you have that patience, otherwise there are a lot of people I've seen who start a business within 1 or 2 years, they wake up, they change the business. Within 2-3 years, they once again change the business. That should not be there. You should have that patience. Patience really pays, and when you have the patience in your business, you learn the business tactics, and one fine day you become a successful person.
Right. No, you recently I saw one of your podcasts and you were talking about own your own mistakes. What do you mean by that exactly? And when things heat up and stuff like that, how do you own it? And because the general tendency is to blame somebody else for the mistakes. How do you do that?
So during one of the Diwali time, we at India Shoppe had a big sale. We had a big sale. We made the software such that the people can accept orders but something went wrong. Something went wrong because of the software. So the blame should be on the software team. Right? Everyone, all the people, all the technical people who are working, they were thinking that yes, it was our mistake or something like that. But as a boss, I told them, no, it is not your mistake. It is my mistake. Somewhere I have not explained you that this big crowd will be coming, unexpected crowd. But that's okay. Let us start reworking on it. Let us debug the problems what we have got. Let us make it proper and then roll out. I accept my mistake. Accepting my mistake, what happened? Those dejected software technical person who were getting blame from the team, they thought of leaving the team, leaving the company itself. But this motivated them, okay, we were not being blamed. The blame is taken over by the boss, and that's the very good thing that it has happened, that people don't expect a bonus or something like that also to a bigger level. People think, okay, this is better, that if we get this type of a boss who supports us at every level, then it's a good thing for them. And that's how they also learn that, okay, owning some mistake is very much good. And when the boss does owning the mistake, and this is how it happened. Like in life, I have learned at various places that, okay, mistake happens by anyone. But if you motivate them, if you support them, if you own that mistake and go ahead, this will reap a lot of benefits for the organization which you are working for.
But see, how do you keep going? I mean, without stopping. I mean, this is a big. You said the Diwali business is going down. I mean, if the entire system is crashed, you lose a lot of money. And how do you these kind of tough times? How do you keep going? I mean, because that is one thing. Because for me, also we go through tough times. In the February was a tough month because 28 days, and I have 10,000 families here, and our attrition is almost zero. We are expanding. We have big plans. What makes you keep going? I mean, I just want to pick your mind on that.
Passion. If you ask Sachin Tendulkar, on a hot day, why you go and play, you have so much money, you can make someone else to go run for you and other things. That's the passion, right? When you have a passion of anything like playing a cricket or acting in the movies or anything, I have that entrepreneurial passion. I want to build something and people should appreciate what I have built. Today with these companies, I have more than 300 employees. I have more than 1 lakh people who are my agents. They are all thankful that this company is running, and that passion is what I have. Everyone appreciating me of what I am doing. If you have that passion, no one can ever stop. Yes, bad days come, good days come, but if you handle it very properly, if you're passionate, that I start my day at 6 o'clock.
Wow.
I reach my office at about 8:39, and before my staff comes in by 10 o'clock, but before my staff comes, I go, because of the passion which I have, the new technological learning which I want to do, and a lot of new things which I do. I need that type of time. I'm not like a 9 to 5 worker. I may be a 8 to 7 worker, okay, but I make sure that I deliver my passion in the best way. So that makes me going and going and going to be more active in the business, and that is why people admire me. And once people admire you, you become an example. And if you get dejected or if you go down, your surroundings, your employees, your customers, everyone will be feeling, oh, the leader itself is not so passionate, then why we have to be passionate? All of their motivation goes down.
Wow. Because even for me, I wake up at 6 in the morning, and the thing is, I come to office by 10:30, but then work is throughout the day, because we have a closing at, I think the salons now close at 12 and we're opening at 7 in the morning. And so you should come to Toninga regularly now. We open at 7 itself. So before you go to office 8 o'clock, you can come to our Toninga at 7. And I think we close at 12 now. And after 12, again, the restaurants close at 2. And see, for entrepreneurs like us, there's no sleeping time. It's on our mind and everything. But there is always a breaking point. How do you handle any form of loss? Maybe be emotional, financial, reputational, because there's always these kind of things happen. How do you handle such tough situations, especially a loss? Is there any breaking point which you have done? Oh, this is my breaking point. Have you ever considered something like that?
Sam, I always think you should have a skill and will. Okay, you have a skill. You have developed the skill over a period of time. Okay, when you have that skill to do that, nothing can stop. Will. The willpower which I have to execute the things which keeps me motivated to how to go ahead, how to go forward, how to make it happen. I'll tell you an example of a boxer, okay? 2 boxers, when they fight and one of them falls down, and then now whether their skill or will work. He has the skill to beat the opposite person,
Right.
but he is down.
Right.
Now it should be his will to come up again. If he does not have that will to come up again, he will lose that match.
Right.
If he has the will to come up again, then he uses his skill to beat the opposite person.
Wow.
Right? So I always believe that I have the skill set which I need in my life. I've been growing with all those skill set throughout my entrepreneurial journey. Now my will is to be that. That's how I've been standing. I've been regularly working 24/7 through the clock. I always think, and I make sure that more and more thinking goes into the business and make sure that to scale up all those business. So if my will stops, all other things stops.
So you have invested in almost 55 startups, and you were talking about almost anywhere between a ticket size of 25 lakhs all the way up to $1 million, which is around 8.5-9 crores right now. Now, all these startups are not doing very well, in my opinion. Many startups, in fact, I wrote an article saying 90 to 95% of the startups fail. And in fact, when I was talking to you, you said something very interesting. I don't want to become like Amazon because they're all making losses, and it is there in the Marwadi Jain mind that we should not make losses, which is the same. A lot of people say we'll fund you, and I don't allow any partners inside or anything like that, But I know I mean, there are a lot of youngsters with a lot of ideas and a lot of startups, but they are breaking it immediately. Once there is a setback, how do you inspire them? What makes you inspire them not to break up, or how do you inspire them to say that you have to fight even if there is a setback? How do you do that?
So Sam, my entrepreneurial journey, my startup journey, I will tell you why I started my startup journey. Okay, I had one good business which is going on. Why I have to envisage in more and more business? I have invested more than 55, 60 startups, but I have gone through more than 500 startups.
Wow.
It's just because most of the knowledge which I want to give to my primary company, I get it from there.
Right.
When I vet those startups, I know how the founder is thinking, what the founder is thinking, and what he exactly wants out of it.
Right.
So all those young minds, there are a lot of things to learn from them. What is the skill that they have and how they are going to execute and how they are going to scale up. Yes, lot of startups fail. It's all because of the basics that they know. Every other business has basics. You have to follow the basics. What basics of business is there is what I have done in my business. I have come to a level to my business, right? Now, these set of examples which I have gone through, this set of rules and this set of ethics which I have gone through, that is what I want to deliver. When I put money in a startup, I mentor them on a regular basis and I use my network. A network amongst those startups also, a network with what network which I also have. So what I generally do is I call up the startup founder, I talk to them, I understand them, what they're thinking, I see where they are going, where mistakes, what mistakes.
You mentor them completely.
Yes, what mistakes to do. They don't understand very basic things. They think that world will follow with whatever product they are bringing,
right,
whatever product they are developing. But the real essence is today I am also successful because I made a research on what the customer wants.
Right.
What customer wants, if we know and if we can give them that product, then only actually the product will sell. Rather than what
so you motivate them, you work with them, and you share your experience with them.
Yeah, I have to. Otherwise, what will happen? They will make mistakes and they will become a failure. That is why this 92% or 95% of the startups fail. Everyone thinks that I will become
because business is
Amazon,
not easy.
I will become a Flipkart, I will become a Snapdeal. It's very easy. Just copy it. When it can happen in America, when it can happen in China, why can't it happen in India? But India is a complete different story.
Very tough story.
Very complete different story. The customers here, the most of the products which very successfully runs in European countries will never run in India. Because the mentality of the people, the psychology of the people is very different. We are very cost effective people. We spend money thinking various things that if we
very thrifty.
Value of the money, the ROI which I want is everywhere. Wherever like Uber is giving 10% more discount or some website is giving 10 rupees lesser for a 1,000 rupee product, we will go for that.
Correct.
That's the mentality. So as much discount or as much...
It's changing, but it's not yet there, as you said.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
So we have to make and frame the products according to Indian customers.
So we have to mentor these people. Correct.
We have to mentor whatever experience which I have. That is why today I am not going to startups. Startups come to me. Wow. Okay. Even if I don't give them money, they give me stake free of cost just because I will be helpful to them in getting my network in place and also mentoring them. So what happens is the hardships which they are going to do in next 3 years, I make sure that in 3 months they learn everything. Effective. In one book, there's $1 million idea. In 1 year, you actually can make $50 million by reading proper books and make it effectively, make them notes and make sure that it is helpful for you in your life.
Right.
If you have that type of attitude, you will not be lethargic, you will not be a failure. Even on Sundays, you will be feeling like I have to do something, I should not rest.
Wow.